Let's take another look at finding the measures of variation. So first we're going to do it without finding the MAD, and then we're going to find the MAD independently. So first is finding the median. So this is a reminder from the last part of the last lesson. When we found measures of center, we find it for both of these. So median, most important thing is to put the data in numerical order, least to greatest. Find the middle value. If there is an even amount of data, there's going to be two values in the middle. So we already put the data in order from least to greatest for you. Now we're just going to cross off. Okay, I'm crossing off lowest, highest in pairs. Lowest, highest, lowest, highest, lowest, highest. So if it helps you to visualize by using your fingers, lowest, highest, cross off, cross off, cross off, cross off. If we kept going, we'd cross them both off. We can't do that. So both of these values are in the middle. Plus, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 data values. It's an even set, so it should have two numbers in the middle. So we're going to find the middle of these two by finding the average. We're going to add 17 plus 20 and divide by 2. 17 plus 20 is 37. 37 divided by 2 is 18.5. So our median is 18.5. Now with this same data set, we are going to find the first quartile, the Q1, which is just looking at the bottom half. So as a reminder, when we do this, we draw a line down the middle, and then these values on the bottom are what we are using for the Q1. So we have these values here match up with this bottom half here, okay? Versus the Q3, we're looking at the top half. The 20 is included in the top half and is included in these values down here. So now we're just finding the median of those parts. So we're crossing off lowest, highest, lowest, highest. We are left with two values in the middle here. So I'm going to add 15 plus 17 and divide it by 2. 15 plus 17 is 32. Divided by 2 gives me 16. So my Q1 is 16. Doing the same thing to the top half. Lowest, highest, lowest, highest. I am left with two values in the middle here. So I'm going to add the two together and divide by 2 to find the middle. 24 plus 30 is 54. 54 divided by 2 is 27. And always double check. 16 is in between 15 and 17. That makes sense. 27 is in the middle of 24 and 30. That makes sense. For our interquartile range, our IQR, we are just subtracting our Q3, which is 27, minus our Q1 of 16. 27 minus 16 is 11. So our IQR is 11. That's the difference between the two. And then for our range, we're just taking our highest value of 33 minus our lowest value of 10. 33 minus 10 is 23, so that means we have an entire range of 23. Let's try another example. This time it was not put in order from least to greatest for us, so we're going to do that here. So I'm going to cross off. My lowest number is 12. Then we've got 16. Then 18. Then another 18. Then 25. Then 28. Then we've got 30, 31, 34, 36, 42, and 44. All right, so now that we have it in order from least to greatest, we can cross off. Lowest, highest. Lowest, highest as a pair. Lowest, highest. lowest, highest, lowest, highest. If I crossed off my lowest, I'd also have to cross off the highest. I have nothing left. So there's these two numbers in the middle. So we're going to add them together, 28 plus 30, and divide by 2. 28 plus 30 is 58. 58 divided by 2 is 29. So our median is 29, which makes sense. That fits in the middle of those two. When we are dividing this to find our first quartile, remember, we draw a line in between these two numbers. 28 is included in the bottom half. So these numbers here are the bottom half numbers that I'm going to rewrite down below. So 12, 16, 18, 18, 25, 28. Let's find the median of these. So we're crossing off lowest, highest, lowest, highest. I'm left with two values in the middle. They're the same, so maybe you realize that means the Q1 is 18. If not, let's add them together. 18 plus 18 divided by 2. 18 plus 18 is 36. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Now we're doing the same thing but with the top half. So remembering that 30 is included in our top half. So when I rewrite, I'm doing 30, 31, 34, 36, 42, 44. So let's go ahead and cross off. Lowest, highest, lowest, highest. We have two values in the middle. So I'm going to add the two together and divide by 2. 34 plus 36 is 70. Divided by 2 gives me 35. And that fits because that fits in between 34 and 36. For our interquartile range, we're taking our Q3 of 35 and subtracting our Q1 of 18, which gives us 17. Remember that if your Q3 or your Q1 is wrong, your IQR is going to be wrong. And then our range, we're just taking our highest number of 44 minus our lowest number of 12. Should be easy to find those when it's in order. And that gives us a range of 32. All right, last thing we're going to look at is the mean absolute deviation. So here's some reminders of steps. Let's go ahead and look at those problems. So normally you would be finding the mean on your own. For the purpose of reteaching here, we already have the mean calculated for you because you should know how to find that already. We're just testing the MAD part, okay? So if the mean of these numbers is 61, let's go ahead and calculate the MAD. So we're just going to find out how far apart are all of those numbers. So 61 minus 52 is 9. 61 minus 57 is 4. 61 minus 58 is 3. 61 minus 59 is 2. 61 minus 60 is 1. 61 minus itself is 0. 61 minus 64 is 3, because we ignore the negative. It's always going to be a positive distance, whether it's above or below. 61 minus 67 is 6. Ignore that negative. 61 minus 71 is 10. Ignore the negative. So now, to find the MAD, we are going to add up all of these digits and divide by the number of values. So I'm going to add 9 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 3 plus 6 plus 10. We get a total of 38 divided by, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 values. So 38 divided by 9 gives us a really long decimal. I'm just going to round that to 4.2. All right, let's try another one. Number 4, if the mean is 10, find the MAD. So we've already got the mean calculated for us. We are just going to subtract to find the difference, okay? So 10 minus 2 is 8. 10 minus 3 is 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. 10 minus 8 is 2. 10 minus 10 is 0. 10 minus 10 is 0. 10 minus 30 is 20. We would ignore the negative. Now we're just going to find the mean of those values. So we're going to add them up. 8 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 20 equals 40. Divided by, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values. So 40 divided by 7 is equal to, really long decimal, 5.714 and so on. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. My 1 tells me my 7 stays the same, so this is rounded to about 5.7. All right, last one. Find the MAD if the mean is 20. So we are subtracting. 20 minus 5 is 15. 20 minus 11 is 9. 20 minus 16 is 4. 20 minus 18 is 2. So both of those are going to be 2. 20 minus 19 is 1. 20 minus 22, you get a negative, but we ignore it, is 2. 20 minus 23, ignore that negative, is 3. 20 minus 27 is 7. And 20 minus 41 is 21. And then we're going to find the mean of all of these by adding them up and dividing. So we're going to add 15 plus 9 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 21 gives us a total of 66 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. When I divide 66 by 10, I get 6.6 as my MAD.